Hey, good evening, good morning, or whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's Rob Yates here, CEO of Tetrakey.com, bringing you episode number 194 of Tetrakey TV. That means somehow this year, Mark and I have brought you 194 episodes in 2017. That seems amazing. We set out with a goal of 260. There's not long left to go, so we're busy pushing on, and I believe Mark's got something to share with you later. I had a conversation yesterday, and somebody said to me, "Do you get any sleep?" And the answer is yes. In fact, if you ask my wife, she grumbles I like too much sleep. I'm often the first to bed by hours, often the first to rise as well. And they said, well, you can't get that much sleep because you're always thinking about these questions. And I thought, well, what questions, And for them, they've identified a series of key questions that always run through my head, and found them really beneficial and suggested that I shared them. So here I am. Now's the time to share them. And so thing number one is staying awake at night thinking about questions is really, really rubbish. You need to sleep. You need to sleep 8 hours a day. We've got a new business we've launched around getting more sleep. It is that important. Your brain recovers when you're sleeping. So maybe as opposed to questions that keep me awake at night, maybe these are questions that just fill my mind at idle times because it's good to think. And think about the right things. And so, well, what is it that fills my mind at idle times? What are those questions? And maybe these questions could be useful to you. About this time of day, and from the time zone I'm in at this point in time is a European time zone, we're at about 5:45 p.m.ish. About this time of day, I often think about tomorrow. I think about what would be the 3 things I could do tomorrow that would have the biggest possible knock-on effect for all of my world, be it my family, my work, my clients. What would be 3 things I could do tomorrow that would have the biggest impact possible? I wonder that for about 15 or 20 minutes each day. And at the end of my 15 or 20 minutes, I hold myself accountable. I write those 3 things down, and then I execute them the following day. I also have a habit of thinking a bit bigger than that, a bit further into the future maybe. And I often wonder what it is that we at Tetrakey could do to completely disrupt the world of performance acceleration. Now, by many people's measures, and I look what a lot of people give us as feedback, we already are being disruptive. But I don't feel like we're being disruptive enough. I don't feel like we're being innovative enough. I feel like there's always room to do more. And so I ponder that for ages. How can we be more disruptive? And at the same time as that, how could we create something that's a form of a magic pill? Something that we could do with our clients that could enable them to achieve more quicker. Now, we already do help people reduce their timelines, often by, take 7 years and turn it into 1 year, take 10 years and turn it into 1 year, take 2 years and turn it into a month. We often help our clients do that. That's what we pride ourselves in. But what if we could do it quicker? What if we could do it better? What if we could create something that you could swallow that would enable people to learn quicker, progress quicker, get more done quicker, overcome their limitations quicker? What if? And that keeps me awake and thinking for ages. Another question that wanders through my head is, what if Mark and I weren't Tetrakey? What if Tetrakey was owned by the CEO of Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos? What if it was owned by Richard Branson? What if it was owned by the Dalai Lama? What if it was owned by Warren Buffett? What would they do differently on a day-by-day basis? How would their goals differ to our goals? What is it that they would do? It's if you wish to achieve something similar in proportion to somebody, maybe it's worth considering that question. What would they do? And then have a go at doing it. And the last question that wanders through my head very often is, how can I get in the way of a Fortune 500 business? How could I get in the way of an Amazon? How could I get in the way of a Microsoft? How could I get in the way of a Facebook? How can I become that thing that's in their way? You see, if I can get in their way, possibly I could achieve what the Dollar Shave Club achieved. The Dollar Shave Club got in the way of Unilever, in fact they got in the way of Gillette and Chic, and because they were selling this box to you for, and they probably still are, for $15 or so a month, and every month a guy's grooming pack would arrive for you to shave yourself and keep yourself looking clean shaven or whatever else. And they got in the way of Unilever so much that in the end, Unilever bought them for billions of dollars. They did it all in a remarkably short period of time as well. So what is it that I could do to get in the way maybe of Tony Robbins or something else like that? What is it that we could do? And those are just some of the questions that keep me awake at night, that fill my mind with wonder, that enable me to fill notebooks of notes and ideas. They're things that when I sit down with Mark, I'm always like, yeah, but how can we do this? How can we revolutionise the world of performance acceleration? I mean, would there ever be a way we could just give you everything for free? Never have to charge? Is that possible? Could I do it from a yacht in the middle of an ocean? What would Jeff Bezos do? Those are the questions. So I wonder if any of those questions are useful for you. And I wonder because it's good to wonder, what questions it is that you ask yourself. I'd be really, really curious to know what those questions are. And if you could leave them in the comment section, either on Facebook or YouTube for me, I'll read each and every one of them, because I'd love to know what are the questions that burn at the back of your head. I hope that was useful. I hope you're awesome. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope your week has started with a bang and with a huge amount of energy. And I look forward to coming to you very, very soon with another episode of Tetrakey TV. Stay awesome.